Well, hello everyone. My name is Mary and this is my first video here. I am not exactly sure where this channel is going to go. I have a lot of things that I'd like to share. I have a lot of things that I want feedback on, that I want to say. So I don't know where we're going, but I can tell you where we're going to start. And I would like to begin with a letter to my younger self. Not because I think she would have listened, because I know myself well enough to know that she probably wouldn't have listened, which makes this video worthless. No, not really, because it's not so much about her being able to hear this and change her entire life. That's not what it's about. But it's about healing and getting how I'm feeling and my learnings and understanding that all of these experiences and where I've come from are so important for where I'm going and where I'm at right now. And to be able to organize that and see how my life has shaped up. And so I find it very cathartic. Writing the letter that I wrote was like, wow, it's like a purge, that I'm not carrying this along with me anymore. All of my mistakes, oh, I should have known that, I was so stupid. I'm not carrying that with me anymore. I put it out to the universe and I've healed. And I'm hoping that you guys will maybe want to participate. So I'm also going to say, after I share this letter, I will put my contact information below so that you can do the same. It can be anonymous. You can send me these letters and I would be happy to read them. And for me, I feel like so many people have so much they want to say, whether it's to parents from growing up. It could be an ex that was just a really traumatic relationship. It could be a boss to your younger self, or your children in the future, an abuser, like whatever the case is. As I mentioned, it's so cathartic to be able to sit down and write and know that what you want to say is going to be out there. But let's be honest, sometimes saying this to certain people is not a good idea. One, because it's not possible. I can't actually go back and tell my younger self this. I haven't yet figured out how to time travel. I think it exists. I don't know how. But it could be that maybe it's an abusive ex and you should not be in contact with that person. That's not to say that you don't have a lot that you want to say. And many professionals will say it's great to write a letter to different people for certain experiences, that it's very healing. And then you don't share them. But I feel like if you have a letter and you've had an experience, it's so beneficial in the fact that you could help others. Not only are you putting it out there, and so now it's not sitting here stewing, it's out there. I can release it. And then at the same time, there's other people that can very much relate to that. So I see a lot of value in writing a letter and being able to share it, but being safe and smart about it. And I feel like what I'm doing here would be a really good outlet for that. So hopefully you'll entrust me with your letters too. So mine will be a little bit long. Like I said, I have a lot to say. I apologize if you make it all the way through. Kudos to you. But I feel like I have a lot of really good insight to share at the same time. So I'll just jump right into it. Dear Mary, your whole life is ahead of you, and it isn't going to go anything like you planned. And that is okay. Be prepared to be disappointed, but also be prepared to be exceptionally pleased. There is magic in the unexpected. It will take you many years to figure this out. Actually, it will take you many years to figure out a lot of things. And then you will still not know all that you will know. So be open to admitting when you're wrong and questioning what doesn't feel quite right. There are so many realizations coming your way, and sometimes they will present as hard truths. Let me lay out a few of these hard truths. The first thing I would say is, remember, life will always go on. No matter how deeply the pain you are experiencing feels, it will get better. You will still breathe and smile and learn. You will adjust. Let it hurt like hell and move forward with your head held high. Also, don't underestimate the effect of what you think, say, and feel. You have much more power than you believe. Your thoughts affect how you feel, and how you feel affects how you act. Coming from a place of self-loathing, jealousy, or insecurity will always present those very issues in the external. Nothing you do to your body on the outside will make you love yourself more. The issue is not your body, it is what you think and feel about your body. Getting breast implants will not make you confident. Actually, they will make you sicker than you could ever imagine. Believe me. Altering your body won't alter your mind. Fix one thing you hate, and you'll just focus on something else you hate. There is nothing wrong with your body. If you want to fix something, fix your attitude about your body. Know that who you surround yourself with impacts every aspect of your life. You will never find your tribe by trying to be someone you are not. It won't last, and all you will feel is resentment towards those around you. You will feel like you don't fit or belong, and it's true, because those aren't your people. That is not to say you cannot learn from everyone. It is to say that if you are looking for friendships and relationships in these people, you are going to be disappointed. There is nothing more empowering and fulfilling than being unapologetically yourself and being surrounded by people who appreciate you. The hardest lesson is boundaries. Understanding that you are allowed to say no. You are allowed to show people how you deserve to be treated, and that sometimes that will upset them. Boundaries are so important because they are what make you, you. Boundaries are the separation between you and others. If you blur your boundaries, you do what you don't want to do, and don't say what you are afraid to say for fear that it will offend others, you lose the essence of you. Now you just bleed into these other people, and you can easily lose yourself. You have to heal. Experiences don't just disappear because you ignore them, or make them a part of your identity and carry them around with you. Your body remembers everything. Feel your pain, validate how you are feeling, and remember, like I said earlier, life will go on. Do your best to accept that this pain has shaped you. Just don't get stuck in your pain. Don't use it as a label. You will always feel like you're being victimized. Heal. On a similar note, hold yourself accountable. Take responsibility for the good and the bad. The moment you blame others, you give up your power and any chance to resolve or move forward. That doesn't excuse others for what they do, but it allows you to move on in your own experience. If you make a mistake, it is much better to admit it. If someone hurts you, remember they are coming from their own level of capability to hold themselves accountable. It doesn't reflect anything about you. And it doesn't mean it is okay, but none of this is about them. You are in charge of your own healing. Always trust your intuition. Reason and logic have a place, but so does your gut feeling. Your mind and heart can pick up on energy, micro-expressions, so on and so forth, much better than you can. If you feel a certain way, but don't know why, acknowledge it and sit with that feeling. Don't discount what your intuition is telling you simply because you can't yet make sense of it. We are not all-knowing and cannot foresee the future. Many times our intuition is used to steer us away from something in the future. Just because you can't explain it doesn't mean it is not valid. Every time I have not listened to my intuition in time, it was shown very clearly to me why I should have. This leads me to trust yourself. Stand in your truth. Be discerning of everything. No, don't be fearful, but don't blindly trust anything from outside of you. It isn't always that someone is trying to deceive, so it's not paranoia. It is realizing that many people operate from their perspective. Everyone does, actually. And that you owe yourself to think for yourself and to be responsible for yourself. Don't trust the movies, not because love can't be that way, but because love is not always that way. There really isn't a right or wrong. Just know that love does take work, but it should not be or feel forced. It takes effort from everyone. If you are giving and not receiving, realize that there is nothing wrong with you. If that person is not your person, maybe they aren't even capable of loving. Some aren't because they have not done their own healing and inner work. Love yourself and love others the same, and wait for that person who is willing to work, share, and reciprocate as much as you. Don't settle less from someone else than what you would simply give yourself. Lastly, the quickest way to be happy is to have gratitude. Certainly it could be better, but it could be worse. Based on your own vision of how your life should be. Don't be grateful because others may have it worse. Be grateful because you appreciate all you have and all you are. Focus on the internal. Once you are happy with what you have, you open yourself to receive more. And if you aren't happy with what you have now, you won't be happy when you have more. As you will see, everything revolves around you, despite what others may say. Not in the sense that you are thinking, though. Making a difference in the world starts with making a difference in yourself. Trusting in other people comes from the ability to trust in yourself. Loving others comes from the ability to be able to love yourself. Happiness comes from within. That's how you change the world. All of this to say, you can't control the external, but you can the internal. Never doubt the impact that your healing has on not just yourself, but others around you. So know that life has up and downs, and it has good and bad, but it is more beautiful than you can imagine. Don't get stuck in the temporary. Nothing stays the same. So that's my letter to my younger self, and you could probably see how happy it makes me. Just when I'm reading this, I can think of certain experiences that I've had where I didn't know this, or I was not following this, and I see where I'm at now in the progress and the growth that I've made. And I look back at my past versions while reading this, and I feel so much compassion towards the younger version of myself. So this is such a healing experience, and I feel so at peace right now. I'm so excited where I've come from, and I want to do the same for you guys. I'd like to share your voices as well. So hopefully I'll get some letters, and I'll be back on here to share what others have to say. And again, it can be about anything as long as you want, anonymous. Send it to me, and I'll get on here, and I'll make sure that you're heard. So I hope everyone has a great weekend, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.